I have to try something here.
Just had to besiege you.
Well, I mean, he's got me locked down, so flash in Hull Breacher.
And it will be uncounterable. That was a nail biter. Hello everybody, welcome to ComedIan MTG. My name is Ian. This week's episode is part 2 of the gameplay from Tier1Con, my round 2 match. It is a display of what happens when you have more than one Stax deck in one pod. Now it's a really interesting match and it ended up coming out to a point where there's a lot of lockdown on the table, but it was a really fun game and played some interesting decks that are kind of diverse in the format. Alright, let's jump into it. Let's check out today's pod. First up is David, and he's playing Golos. Next it's me, and I'm on Winota. Up third is Jack, and he's on Timna Sakashima. And in fourth is Fonzie, and he's playing Kinnan, Bonder Prodigy. My opening hand is a Hope of Girper, Simian Spirit Guide, Mana Confluence, Rule of Law, Sunbaked Canyon, Zealous Conscripts, and a Scalding Tarn. Now this is definitely on the slower side of Winota keepable hands. I ended up keeping it because I can curve Hope of Girper turn 1 into a turn 2 Rule of Law. I can exile my Simian Spirit Guide and play Rule of Law on the second turn, and Rule of Law is such a back-breaking card and one of the most powerful effects in Winota. I figure getting that out really early in the game is probably worth keeping a bit of a slower hand for. Plus, having a non-creature with evasion early on definitely guarantees that when I finally get to Winota, I'll be able to get triggers immediately. Alright, let's jump in the game.
Morphic Pool, Mystical Moor, pass the turn.
Draw. Scalding Tarn. I'm gonna get a Plateau and play a Hope of Girper. So that will be off my turn.
I'll play an Exotic Orchard, tap for Soul Ring.
Or would like to draw.
You can draw Direction Revoker. I'm naming LED.
Alright.
That's right.
I will shot myself with a breeding pool. Playing Elvish Mystic. Pass out
Alright.
that.
Upkeep, I will pay for Mystical Moor. I'll play an Exotic Orchard. I will pass the turn.
I would like to play a Sunbaked Canyon as my land return. At 2 for a Draenith Magistrate. 1 at Golos. I will then pass the turn for that.
I will shock Hellafon, play Ether Sworn Canonist, and that's my turn. That's the turn.
Get probe.
I would like to draw.
Go for it. I will get probe. You. I pass after that.
End step, I will cast Enlightened Tutor. I will go and find Mana Crypt. Go to my turn. Upkeep, I will let Mystical Moor die. I will play Beside You, cast a Mana Crypt, and I will pass the turn.
Just had to besiege you. Untap. Play a Mana Confluence as my land return. I'm going to exile a Simian Spirit Guide, make a red mana. We try and cast my commander, Winota, join our forces. I would like to move to the combat step. 2 damage headed towards David. And I have a Winota trigger on the stack. I'm going to put in an Order of the Sacred Torch also attacking David.
I'm going to attempt to flash in Hull Breacher.
Just having a white for an Enlightened Tutor. Just gonna find the Grave Digger's Cage, put on top.
Seems annoying.
Hopefully.
If you go to Block Draenith here, I hope you know you're unlocking the Timna Sakashima deck immediately, and that's what that deck relies on. So, just telling you. You already have your piece.
Yeah, I think I'm fine. I'll go to 35.
I will go to pass my turn after that.
Play a Bloodstain there. We'll cast the Rin Wingman.
I have a response to Vryn Wingmare. Mystical Tutor.
I'm gonna pass here. I assume he's getting a wheel to wheel our hands away, so just something to note, guys.
I'm grabbing Time Twister, yes.
And it will be uncounterable, so... Are you passing the turn?
Yeah.
Play a snow-covered forest. I'll cast a Phantasmal Image. I will choose to copy Hull Breacher. And that is my spell for turn.
I will play a Breeding Pool tapped, and I will pass the turn.
Sanctum Prelate?
Cast an uncounterable Cyclonic Rift targeting the Phantasmal Image.
Alright, Prelate resolves. I will name the number 3. We'll move to combat. 5 at Jack.
I'll take 5.
Yep. I will pass turn. Interrupting you halfway through this episode to remind you to hit like and subscribe while you're here on YouTube, and if you're feeling generous and want to go that extra mile, check out patreon.com/ComedIanMTG. It helps out the channel a ton and you can get some really cool perks.
I'm gonna move to combat. Wing at the Golos for 2 in the air. And I'll pass.
Play a Chromox. Pitching Windfall. Pass after that.
Play a Gemstone Caverns. I'll cast an Imperial Seal. I'm not using Besage.
No.
Alright, that's fine. I will pay a life and counter that.
Best turn.
Combat. Same attacks as last turn. Check.
We'll keep going at it. Not pressuring the Admirals.
Well, I mean, he's got me locked down, so as the board is currently, there's no way an Adnos is resolving.
Correct.
So I'll take 5. You can
I will just pass the turn after that.
play an Ancient Tomb. Did you have flying blockers?
Me? No.
So I'll hit you 2
Okay, go to 31.
and pass the turn afterwards.
I will pass.
I will play Steam Vents tapped and pass.
At your end step, to cast an Enlightened Tutor. Soul Ring. Cast that Soul Ring. Jeweled Lotus. Same attacks.
I'll double block Winota.
Really? Okay.
So I keep losing 5 life, right?
Yeah, I guess, but you're literally sacrificing a rule of law for no reason, so I will pass my turn after that.
Rule of law.
That cannot be cast.
Pass the turn.
Duplicate, draw. Pass the turn.
Sure. Yeah, I think I'm just passing still.
Land for turn is a Flooded Strand. Play a Zealous Conscript. I think I'm going to take Hull Breacher until the end of turn. So your own Hull Breacher, conscripts, and Hope of Gear per at David.
I'm at 15.
And that will be my turn.
Play Chrome Marks. Printing Rule of Law. Pass turn.
Duplicate, draw. I will pass.
Draw. I think I still gotta pass.
I would like to attempt to cast a Dockside. I will make 5 treasures off of that. I would like to attempt to cast a Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. I'm gonna tap Kiki, attempting to target Zealous Conscripts and copy it.
I'll respond. Chain of Vapor. Target the conscripts.
Target Zealous is fine. So Zealous Conscripts will go back to my hand. I'm gonna choose to continue the chain. So I'm gonna sack this Plains to bounce my own Kiki Jiki. I'm gonna also continue the chain once again. I'm gonna bounce my Dockside back to my hand.
I have a response. Red Elemental Blast the Chain of Vapor targeting Dockside.
That's fine. So Dockside stays on the field. I will just pass my turn.
End step. I have to try something here. I don't know if it's good, but I have to cast a Demonic Concentration.
I will fluster.
Sea of Clouds. Fortunately, I have to pass the turn after.
Keep draw. And I will pass after that.
I have to pass.
Recast my Kiki. I would like to make a copy of Dockside. Count is still 5, I believe. I'm going to use 5 of those right away to try and recast my conscripts. Okay, conscripts ETB, I'm going to untap Kiki. Attempt to copy conscripts.
Yep.
Or establish a loop where I'll make infinite Zealous Conscripts, send 1,000,000 each of them at you guys.
In response, I'll brain freeze myself.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Good games, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got it.
That was a nail biter. Alright, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay episode. More rounds from Tier1Con are on their way. They take a bit to crank out, but I'm doing my best here. Have an amazing week. Bye.